Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Sale here. I'm just going to talk to you for a few moments about one of my favourite books. This is one that I read when I was very young at first, and have read it several times since, and no doubt will read it again in the future. It is The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, part of the Narnia series written by C.S. Lewis. So some of you may be familiar with this because it has recently been made into a film. There have been various TV adaptations and films and things made for it over the years. But one of the reasons that I really love it is that although it is set in the 1940s, it is timeless in the fact that it can be read by adults and children of various ages, and there is so much adventure and excitement that goes on in it. So the basis of the story of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is that it starts with the situation in London during the World War II, when London was bombed several times, and the children who lived in London, many of them were sent to live in the countryside. They were evacuated and sent to live somewhere where it's considered to be safer for them, away from the devastation and dangers of living where air raids were happening and bombs. So the story is of two sisters and two brothers, so four siblings who are sent to live in the countryside in where they consider to be the middle of nowhere, in a big old empty house, with one old professor and his housekeeper that live there. And they find themselves in this strange situation, completely unlike any they have known before from their life in London. They entertain themselves by playing about in the house, and one day are playing hide and seek. The youngest sister, Lucy, decides to hide in a wardrobe, and as she pushes her way to the back of the wardrobe, it suddenly opens out and she finds that it has led her into a new world. This new world is called Narnia, and it's a place which is, at the time of the story, is being ruled by the evil White Witch. And the White Witch is not liked by anybody. She causes all sorts of problems for the main characters in the book, but she also her rule means that it is always winter but never Christmas. So the children eventually end up in this world, and it follows their adventures as they try and work out what is going on in this magical land of Narnia. And various things happen to them, but one of the key parts in it, and my favourite character, is this enormous, powerful lion called Aslan, and he is immense and he is scary if you're on the wrong side of him, but he is with the children and he helps these children and guides them through all the adventures that they have to face whilst they're in the land of Narnia. He helps them as they come to blows with the White Witch and attempt to overthrow her. So you'll have to read the book to see what happens and how it all pans out. But Narnia is an exciting, magical land with talking animals and mythical creatures, and there are battles and adventures that the children go through. Aslan is always there for them, even when they can't actually see him. They know he's there, they know he's on their side, and that gives them the strength to get through what they need to get through. The other thing that I love about this is the fact that this one book is actually just one of 7 books that are in the Chronicles of Narnia series. Officially, although The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe was written first, it is best to be read second. So if you want to read all of them, have a look at The Magician's Nephew first, which sets the scene for how Narnia was created and how the story is set for The Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe to happen. And then following on from that, all of these 7 books are to do with the land of Narnia. And many of them include the same 4 characters of these siblings, but also sometimes there are some which have their cousin Eustace in it. So well worth a read, all of them. And I think it probably is good to read them in the order, if you're going to read them all, that they are recommended. But each one is a fantastic story on its own, with my favourite of all being The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. I'd fully recommend it.